I'm incredibly honored to be here. Born on the shores of Conway, South Carolina, raised in Sumter. I left here when I was 17. I left here because I did not believe I could become the poet I so wanted to become. Being invited to put some words on steps that represent courageous young people and students who, had they not done what they did, I would not have been invited back to South Carolina. I understand what Pearl was talking about, the connections. I don't know what I will put on those steps yet. I'm thinking about it long and hard. But I want to say this, two things. I was a girl who needed an outdoor space to get my thoughts together. And sometimes we teach that in a university like this and in a land like this and at a time like this, if you've got the right technology, that's what puts you on the right path. But I don't believe that solely. You need the technology, but you need something else. You need to get, as President Pastidi said, a place where you can possibly change your heart. And I believe this space could possibly be that space where you leave the classroom and the technology and you come out here and you see what your heart is telling you about something. This world will not change. Not only, and my father and I have a fight about this every Friday night. He says the law works, baby. And I believe him. But as a poet dealing with human beings outside and inside the law, I know it's going to take a heart change before we get to the next rung of steps, the next step up. I don't want a place where they just let me in. I'm grateful to be let in the door. But I also want somebody to listen to me when I say a hard thing that needs to be said. I want somebody to trust me to give you some information that you need at the top. To not just change the numbers, because the numbers have changed, but to change the soul of a place. That's what these words will be focused on. That's what I'm focused on as a poet. And I'm grateful, so grateful for the 3 students who took those steps. And I'm grateful to the people who changed. And look at what can change. And we're in this 50-year segment, 50 years, and then 100 years, and then 150 years. In 2015, we celebrate the sesquicentennial end of the Civil War. We won't go back. But we also don't need to do baby steps. That's what I hope this space is about. That's what I hope the people in charge of this space and this university are about. My mother used to say, darling, can't you just write a poem about a daffodil sometimes? And I would say, no, Mama, that's not what you taught me. I'm sorry, it's too late for that daffodil poem. I'm writing to change a space, to change a heart, so that we all can honorably link arms and walk together into that future that Mr. Solomon talked about. Because it can't just be what it used to be. It has to be something drastically, beautifully, honorably different. That's why I've come home. So I hope I live up to the expectations that I have of myself, and I hope I live beyond the expectations that perhaps some of you have whispered in my ear that you have for me, because I don't want to do the predictable. I want to do what's right. Thank you so much for coming today.